What up, folks? Your boy, Last Days Navigator, 222. Good morning, good morning. Another beautiful day. So I woke up this morning and found out that AT&T was having outages with their cell phones, right? So at one point in time, the entire network, entire AT&T network was down pretty much throughout the nation, right? And T-Mobile and some other companies had issues. And I imagine some people probably woke up thinking, oh my God, it's just like that movie, Leave the World Behind. It's about to hit the fan, right? And so it's gonna be something like that. You're gonna wake up one morning and all of a sudden the cell phone's not gonna work, and you're gonna notice that you don't get a TV signal. Then you're gonna notice there's no internet signal, stuff like that. Those are things that happen during cyber attacks, right? And that's what they say will happen when we catch a major cyber attack, right? That's neither here nor there. You can pay attention to that all you want, but the fact is, when that happens, the morning or the day when you find out that you don't have cell phone service, we don't have internet service or anything like that, the stuff has already hit the fan when that happens. So by that time that happens, it's too late to plan for anything if you haven't planned, if you haven't put yourself in position. You have to be watching out for the other signs, like what's going on with the stock market. Watch the stock market across the world, how the other markets are down, and how China has been allowing their market to go into recession and contraction so that they can come out of it a lot quicker than everybody else. Other countries are starting to see their market start to contract as well, and the United States is fighting it all they can, because then once the market starts contracting, that changes the game for how the American dollar is perceived around the world, right? Well, peep game, we keep pumping money into our economy to keep the market up, right, and to keep the dollar at a certain level, right? But all you're doing is just blowing smoke. It's just like you're putting air inside of a balloon to prop a building up. That balloon is not strong enough to hold that entire building. Sooner or later, that building is going to collapse. And it's pretty much the same situation here, right? So you want to pay attention to these things. When you start seeing the market continuously negative, like 300, 400 on the Dow and stuff like that, day to day, consistently, when you see that happening over the course of a few weeks, then you might want to pay attention. Or more importantly, come March, when the Treasury makes their announcements and stuff like that. Because let's face it, there's been a whole lot of stuff going on in the Treasury field that people aren't paying attention to. And this isn't something that the average American would pay attention to, but it's something that we really should, because the Treasury and bond market prop up our economy. So we send billions to Ukraine, billions to Russia for their war, but we're using money that we borrow from China. Why we're beefing with China? It's the craziest thing in the world. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. Well, it's been going on forever. Thing is, for the last 10 years, China's been selling their treasury debt, right? Their U.S. treasury debt, which is, okay, it's some little concerning, but not too concerning, except when you see they sold 50 billion worth of treasury, 50 trillion worth of treasury in like a year. That's what you need to pay attention to, because that's what just happened within the last few months. You could look at what's going on in Poland. You know, Russia's at war with Ukraine, but they're about to have a whole nother battle on the other end with Poland. And they're going to use their homies in Belarus. That's one of their proxies, just like the United States has proxies everywhere. Russia has proxies as well. Belarus is one of their proxies. So Belarus and Poland about to go at it. That's a whole nother ball of wax. And that's going to involve NATO, which is going to bring everybody else in. See, it's a powder keg waiting to explode. Everything that's happening is incremental steps taking us closer and closer to that time frame. They talk about Israel fighting in Gaza with Hamas. People not really understanding that they about to go at it with Hezbollah and Lebanon. They're already going at it with the Hezbollah and Lebanon, but it's about to be on a whole nother level. When you hear wars and desolations, the word says wars and desolations are decreed till the end, and that's what we're seeing. Peacetime it's a wrap on peacetime. You're not going to see real peace, true peace again until Jesus Christ returns. Please believe it. This word talked about it, and this word tells us about the world we're living in today. So pay attention to what you see is going on. When you see society waxing worse and worse, when you see people not having respect or love for one another like they used to, the 10 commandments can be summed up in this one commandment, that you love your neighbors as God loves you. A lot of people, majority of us ain't doing that these days. And that's all of us. It's not just y'all. This is for me too. I have to learn to walk in love more and more each and every day, because as much as I think I love, I find myself doing things and saying things sometimes that aren't very loving. That's just being real. That's just being human. That's just being transparent, because that's what we need to do. Every apostle had an issue. Every person in the Bible had an issue. So don't get it twisted. You got issues going on, just know that you are human like everybody else, and God will guide you through it. But pay attention to what's going on, because he's telling people to get prepared. He's telling people what time it is, and he's letting us know when this eclipse comes across April 9th, it's a warning. I'm gonna get into that a whole lot more over the next couple of weeks. We'll talk soon. Last Days Navigator. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the beautiful sunshine. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of what's going on in this world. Be aware of what time it is. Because 11:59 is about that time. Last Days Navigator.